Hello everyone, and welcome to New Trials, the podcast. I'm Preya.
And I'm Melanie.
And we're here to discuss a new chapter from the New Trials of card Captor Sakura, Syaoran and Friends by Wishluv. And once again, Melanie and I are recording this episode from her beautiful home in Kansas.
Yay! 2 episodes, guys.
Yay! We didn't think we'd get 2 episodes because of the length and everything, but unforeseen circumstances gave us this gift, and we're just running with it.
So really, our trials are your guys' triumphs.
Well, this is the discussion of the big duel between Ariel and Syaoran. So my question to you, Melanie, is: do you have a nemesis?
Well, okay. Let me preface this by saying, no, I don't have a actual person that I would hate or anything like that. But do I have a list of people that I would love to punch in the face? Yes.
That's a good way to put it.
So, number 1 on the list, Preya's ex-husband. Number 2 on the list, my friend Megan's ex-boyfriend. Number 3 on the list, this lady that I used to work with. And the reason why I want to punch her in the face is because she rescued, and I say that in terrible, awful air quotes, she would rescue dogs that she knew needed a lot of help and a lot of attention, and she would only have them for a month or 2 and then just decide, they're too much work, and then she would just get rid of them.
That's so sad.
Wouldn't take them back to the shelter. No. Would just get rid of them.
That's so sad.
Terrible, awful human being. So anyways, that's... I wouldn't call them true nemesis, but would I love to punch them in the face and not have any repercussions? Yes.
I love the way you answered that.
How about you, my pacifist, Sakura loving friend?
Well, there you go. I can't think of any nemesis, but I did have somebody that I had to cut out of my life a few years ago. It was just a friend, and she was very immature, and Cameron and I were trying to be the responsible adult presence in her life, trying to lead the way, trying to set an example, showing her what to do, what not to do. But in the end, she always turns around, does the same mistakes over and over and over again. And it wasn't until I had my kid that I realized, oh my gosh, she's a child, and until she can help herself, she's not going to accept help from anyone, and I just had to cut her out of my life.
Yeah, well, and she crossed some pretty big boundaries, too, Yeah. So
I think that is my nemesis story. That's how I battled her. But I just came to a point where I realized that I just can't have this person in my life anymore, and I had a conversation with her, and I just cut her off, and that was the end.
Very good.
So today we'll be discussing chapter 48, The Duel of the Sun and Moon. This chapter was posted on June 17th, 2004, which was 10 months after chapter 47 was released, representing the longest stretch of time between 2 chapters.
I was going to ask. Okay, so our long stretches begin here.
However, Wish-chan didn't leave us hanging for all of that time, because 4 months earlier, in February 2004, she shared the Christmas special, which would eventually become chapter 49.75.
Oh, okay.
So, what happened was that she was working on a Christmas special around Christmas time, and then she wasn't able to release it until 2 months after Christmas. But in terms of chronological order, it's 10 months between chapter 47 and chapter 48.
Got it.
Word count is 52,383 words, which is the longest chapter so far, and the second longest chapter in Arc 3, right behind the monster that is chapter 50.
And it's going to be a hefty audiobook chapter, guys.
Melanie's still got PTSD.
Yeah. Well, it just finally got surpassed in Arc 4.
So, according to the way I interpret the timeline, we are finally in November.
Hey, November! Hey.
and the gang is in the 9th grade. Time for the summary. Mei-lin woke up before dawn, and Kai prevented her from seeing the gunshot wound or his pain. The exam marks came in, and Syaoran ranked second, just behind Ariel. Sakura noticed Syaoran's newfound confidence while they were having lunch on the roof, but worried about him surpassing her. Magic, I guess. Erika lured her away, and Syaoran told Erika that she was consumed with revenge and had no life of her own. A worn-out Kai would forget about school if Mei-lin wasn't keeping tabs on him. At home, he proudly showed her his card Captor Sakura and Friends computer game that he developed, and explained the characters and scenarios. After he left, she looked at his notebook under the Kaito Magician heading and found no happy endings for him. Erika asked Syaoran to tutor her, and in return she promised not to harm Sakura, sealing her word on a blood contract. After walking Erika home, he told her that although he hated Aaron, he pitied her. To prove why, he gave Erika the opportunity to kill him with his sword, but she couldn't do it. That was when Erika unleashed the obedience, but he was too strong and left her on his own. Ariel witnessed this scene, and he and Erika talked about the obedience and upcoming duel. He told her that he is neutral and it is not his fight. Ariel provoked Syaoran about leaving his clan and how protecting Sakura stopped her from growing. Syaoran challenged Ariel to a duel, but only after Mei-lin leaves for Japan in 3 days. Mei-lin nagged Kai about how he should tell Miho who he is, but after getting angry with her, he gave her a cruel and hard kiss, telling her not to meddle in his life. She cried, but still asked him why he was so sad and why he kissed her. He said he always wanted to do it for a long time, and he kissed her again, but tenderly. On the day she left, Mei-lin found Kai in the graveyard, and she discovered his injury. Ariel informed Erika when the duel was happening. Syaoran enlisted Kai to keep Sakura distracted during the duel, but Erika taunted the secret until Kai blurted it out. All 4 guardians were present at the duel, with Tomoyo and Miho watching the sword fight as well. Ariel had the advantage by physically and mentally wearing out Syaoran. However, Syaoran's swordsmanship surpassed Ariel's and was able to block the attacks until he slipped, but stayed in the battle. Sakura was ready to find Syaoran when Erika released the obedience on her and took her star key. Kai ran to get Syaoran to stop her. Soon, Sakura lost her cards as well. Aaron came and was shocked with the scene. The riddle then joined them with Humpty Dumpty's verse. The duel was getting intense when Ariel slashed Syaoran's leg. Miho ran to get Sakura to stop them, bumped into Kai. They swapped information about their friend's whereabouts. Kai told Syaoran about Sakura, but he needed to continue fighting. He then realized Ariel's advantage was him already knowing the Lee clan's moves since Shulin was close mother, and he landed the first blow by changing his attack style. As Ariel created earthquakes, he told Syaoran that Sakura should fight the obedience on her own, and Syaoran wondered how Ariel knew about the force. After the rest of his attacks failed, Syaoran called upon the spiritual dragon Typhoon and defeated Ariel before going straight to Sakura, as his love for her gave him the energy to go on. Seeing Miho comfort Ariel stirred Kai's memories, and he left the scene. Tomoyo realized that she could never be close to Ariel as they were worlds apart. In Hong Kong, Mei-lin worried about Kai as she remembered their goodbye at the airport when he apologized to her for having her worry about him. He told her about the bullet and how he couldn't take the operation because he only had a limited time to accomplish his mission. He said that they were alike because they were single-minded and they focused on one goal. Kai gave her back the bracelet and told her he'll get her if her family gave him her problems. She then remembered the night when Kai was injured and she smuggled him out of the country. She had to make the right moves or all would be lost. The chapter opens with Kai sequestered on the couch because Mei-lin commandeered his bedroom. Kai's nightmare of being chased by the police getting shot woke him up from his sleep. He woke up Mei-lin and she nagged him about getting more sleep. Kai made a jab of how he would take his bed if she would join him, and of course that got a slap. And I really liked the slap that you put in the audiobook. It was hysterical.
Thank you.
So at school, the exams were back, and Ariel ranked first, with Syaoran coming in second. But it's like, Ariel inherited all of the knowledge from Chloe Reed. It's like, why is he even in school?
Yeah. Did your school do that? Did
Nope.
you guys have a ranking thing?
Nope.
We didn't either. That must be a Japan thing.
So I know that when I was in college, a lot of teachers will post the student's ID number and their grades next to it.
Oh.
But like the thing is though, if you're an older student, your number kind of starts differently than everybody else's. So they kind of get like flagged by everybody else because you can recognize it's like, oh, that one's different, that belongs to that guy over there.
Yeah.
And then my friend, she would complain that like her friend knew her number, so she would like snoop on her score grade as well.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But that's like the closest thing I have. We do not have rankings. No, we don't.
Yeah.
Tomoyo and Aki made the top 10, and the idea of everyone being ranked in public is horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Sakura did very well with number 23, while Kai dropped to the bottom. And I think it's so funny because it's like he's doing so poorly, and then like in arc 4, he's like, zoom.
Right. Right. It just shows that like if he actually like
puts his mind to it,
puts the effort,
yes.
If you even want to call it effort, like he does really well. Like,
oh yes.
Actually, it's kind of funny. My husband is sort of the same way. Like he got the option to be in like a
accelerated program.
Yeah, an accelerated program for like genius kids and stuff. But like he just never wanted to actually like put in the work and do the stuff. And so finally like the teacher came to Pete's mom and was like, he's really smart, but he just doesn't want to do the work. And so finally Lisa's like, well, okay, well, if you're not going to put in the work. So then she pulled him out of it and he had to go just back to like regular school basically. But he's like that now. Like he's so smart, but like if he does not want to do something, he will not do it. So anyways.
Oh yeah, we played like an escape room kind of game, and like he just leads the charge, and Melanie and I were just like floundering. We're just coasting on his smarts, and yes, we do have our moments of input, but he's the one who's like the real mastermind.
Well, you're keeping up with him better than what I usually do. Usually I'm there for vibes and good time. But Preya was kind of holding her own against him a little bit.
Yeah, the game that he proposed to us was circus themed, and there was a jewelry heist. And I'm like, yeah, I want to play that one. I want to play that one because of Arc 2 and because of the Kaiju Magician. And it was definitely New Trials 5. We felt like Chief Daiduji for sure.
Yes. All roads lead to new trials with Preya and I.
Sakura and Syaoran were having lunch together, which is always so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Sakura reflects on Syaoran's metamorphosis since he returned to Japan. His high rank on the exam made her reevaluate how much he has changed, and I thought the quote about how she felt about Syaoran was always one step ahead of her, and one day he would be out of reach was very telling.
Yes. Even like when he becomes the Great Elder in Arc 4, like she's still having those thoughts of like he's out of reach.
Yeah, but she's like the card mistress that rose from the dead.
Right.
So she's got her own accolades.
Right.
For the time being, she is still in a very good place with him, where they spend lots of time together, and they aren't even fighting anymore.
Yay.
Sakura reflects on how he never said he liked her, but come on, girl, read the room. It's like, is Syaoran having lunch with anybody else? No?
Right.
Erika interrupted and told Sakura that Terada-sensei was looking for her. This was an excuse for Erika to speak to Syaoran in private. When she makes a jab of how Syaoran was able to get such high marks with all the dark forces he needed to face, he turns the tables around and asks Erika what would she be doing with her life if the dark ones happened to win the battle. It definitely made her uncomfortable because he points out that there is nothing to Erika's life beyond revenge. Syaoran opens up that he used to be in that same place until Sakura opened him up. He talks about Sakura's optimism, but the fact that she hasn't seen the darker side of human nature had him say, she alone can be so strong because of her faith in humankind. When she falls, she'll fall harder than any one of us.
Yeah.
This is huge foreshadowing for her depression.
Yes.
Syaoran tells Erika that she is pretty much the shadow of a person and that she is nothing if Aaron wasn't in the picture. This was enough to make her leave in a fury. Like, I never even thought of Erika beyond, it's like, what we see her as. But the way that Wish-chan just takes a moment to think through Syaoran to say, hey, Erika, you're kind of two-dimensional. There's got to be more to you. You can't just go chasing after boys and, like, riding on your brother's coattails.
Yeah.
So this is, like, a real turn in her, and we actually see her being proactive with the obedience.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a little bit, too, like, when she was little, she didn't really have the luxury of thinking about the future because of her heart condition.
Yeah.
And I still think she's kind of still does that, where she really doesn't think long term. She doesn't think about the future. And so I think with Syaoran kind of forcing her to do that, you know, it just was like a very jarring conversation for her.
We are now with Kai, who is getting a huge disciplinary lecture from the principal. He then made his way to the music class, where he came just in time for his piano test. He had nothing, and the teacher really ripped him apart, but he was given a second chance to prepare something for the next week. Poor Kai. It's like, he has it in him.
Which we'll see later.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Kai came home, and Mei-lin was in full extra mode, even though he was not in the mood. He threw himself in his card Captor Sakura and Friends in a PC game where you can play as the characters. Now, I don't play video games, but I would have been obsessed with this.
Yeah, this sounds super cute.
And actually, my favorite character is Tomoyo, because the idea of building outfits based on efficiency sounds really cool. Like, I used to be obsessed with Super Poke Pets, and it's basically like a Tamagotchi, like, where you decorate habitats. So the way that he's like, okay, you pick out outfits to determining on the situation, I'm like, oh, that reminds me of that. All in all, Mei-lin was super impressed with Kai's work. He entertained Mei-lin long enough, but shut down when she asked if Miho would reunite with her brother. Yeah, she pushed buttons. She knows how to push buttons. He left shortly after, and that gave her the opportunity to go through Kai's notebook. She noticed that all of Kaiju Magician's endings were all very dismal, and hoped Kai didn't think that he didn't deserve a happy ending.
Which is so sad. This is like, so sad.
Picture that you're Kai, and like this is fast forwarding a bit, but he's got a bullet in his chest.
Yeah.
He knows he can't go to a hospital, not only because of the fact that the hospitals have the police have his records and they can find him right away, but it's like he doesn't have time for the convalescence and the recovery. He's got too much to do and literally too little time.
Yeah, and he's smart enough to know that sepsis is going to get him eventually, so that's why he's probably like, well, there is no happy ending because I'm going to die.
Yeah. And maybe that's like a reason why he hasn't gone forward to Miho. It's like, why give her the brother only if he's going to just croak?
Yeah, 100%. Be like, I don't want to like come back in her life just to be ripped away from her for good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
We are now with Erika, who is still haunted by Syaoran's words. Aaron returned home from soccer, and Erika questioned him about his hobbies. She was questioning whether he chose his activities to keep close to their enemies or if he actually enjoyed being in star-crossed or journalism. He didn't seem too phased out when he confirmed that he didn't like those activities. The conversation ends with Erica claiming to take the lead between the two of them from now on.
Well, I also think like her bringing up star-crossed, because in arc 4, it's we kind of learned that Erika like really likes to act, and so I think like this kind of conversation kind of also helped her be like, man, I really enjoyed star-crossed, so
she was Rosalind. That was like the role that everybody was vying for. So for sure, and she definitely has it in her.
Yeah, and then when they do Gothic Cinderella in arc 4, she's all about it.
Yes. The next day, Erica met up with Syaoran after practice and asked him to tutor him. Syaoran was super reluctant at first, but finally agreed if she could promise that she wouldn't harm Sakura. He whipped out the ofueda as a binding contract, and she signed it with her blood to give him her word. So I don't remember how that plays out since she is torturing Sakura, but like Melanie probably knows. so
I know there's repercussions for doing that, but I can't 100% remember what it is off the top of my head.
Great, so we're going to figure this out together.
Yeah, and then I think like her reasonings are like, it's the obedience hurting Sakura, not me. Or Sakura's hurting herself, it's not me.
Yes.
So I think that's the loophole. But I do think there's some type of repercussion.
Yes.
I just can't remember what it is.
Great. So we're going to go into the line. We are at the first tutoring session, and listening to the math jargon makes me so happy I'm not in school anymore.
Oh my god. Half the stuff he was talking about, I was like, this vaguely kind of sounds familiar, but like I would have no idea. Yeah. No idea. Did you ever have to have a tutor or?
No. Math was a struggle. And to be honest, it's like our math teacher in our last year of high school kind of ditched us. We just had like substitutes who didn't really teach the curriculum. So we had to like sort of teach ourselves through practice exams.
Wow.
And I'm not kidding, everybody failed.
Well, I would think so.
Everybody failed. And then, like, I got my math score back, and I got, like, 60 on the dot. And I'm like, oh, that's a relief. I just managed to pass. But then I realized that because I got 60 on the dot is because my fail was high enough for the curve to like bump me up. Oh. And then there were other people who got like considerably lower marks, and they just had to take like the math exam from the lower level math to apply to the grade. No, it was a mess. It was so bad. It turned me off of math. I went into liberal arts because there was no math classes.
Wow.
It was bad.
Wow.
Yeah. No, it wasn't great. I bow down to those math wizards out there. There are people who actually like numbers.
I am not one of them.
It wasn't long before word spread around about the tutoring sessions to everyone's confusion. Soon, Sakura accompanied Meilin to the library to snoop for herself. Meilin was very confused with the Syaoran Erica situation, and Sakura didn't have it in her to find out herself.
This is one of my favorite Meilin scenes I've had in a while. It's like, well, why don't you go talk to him? Why don't you do this? So funny.
It's like, they're his friends. They totally can ask him, but they're just so shocked that it's like, no, we're going to stay out of this. After the study session, Erica learned that Syaoran hated Aaron but pitied her. After she pouted over that information, he literally put the power in her hands by making her point his sword to his throat. Syaoran tried to use that to prove her point that she wasn't evil, but all of that went out the window when she revealed that she was using her proximity to bind him to the obedience. She used the power over him to make him get rid of Sakura's green ribbon. It makes us all sad.
Yeah.
And gets Syaoran to agree to date her. However, he knew exactly what he was doing and proved that he had the ribbon all along to our relief. So basically the perks of being best friends with the magician.
I know, little decoy ribbon.
Yeah. He totally learned that from Kai. Syaoran did turn the tables, but nothing came out of it. He left, but Erica's night was far from over when Ariel came out of the shadows. It was kind of funny to see the two of them commiserate over not being able to control Syaoran with strings.
That's so true.
Like, it's not often that Wish-chan gets to, like, pull from canon, but you definitely made the most out of this moment.
Yeah.
He then brought up that Sakura is Syaoran's greatest strength and weakness. He also hinted to his upcoming duel with Syaoran and Erica. He also hinted to his upcoming duel with Syaoran, and Erica realized that she could make the most out of this distraction.
Is that the first scene we've ever got of those two interacting with each other?
Yes, because in the text, it says that the Dark Ones really don't know what to make of Ariel. It's like, they don't want him as an enemy.
Yeah.
They know he's on Sakura's side, but they just figured that if they, like, keep off his toes, he's not going to bother them. Mm-hmm. So he's going to be in his orbit, and then they're going to be in their orbit. But I really think this is the first time that Ariel's talked to either Dark One.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because I don't remember him ever really talking to Aaron. So yeah, I think this is the first kind of scene. And I also feel like this is the first scene in a while, besides the fantasy stuff. Well, Miho aside, but I feel like this is the first kind of time where Ariel is kind of like, what word am I searching for? Like, he's really kind of getting in, trying to do something to get in the way of Sakura and Syaoran. Like,
he's meddling. Like, he's meddling.
Meddling, yeah. Like, yes. He's really meddling with those two. Like, he means well, because he wants them
he wants, because basically what he wants is he does want Erica to attack Sakura and have Syaoran distracted so that she could finally fight her own battle. Because this is basically his character in season 3 of Cardcaptor Sakura, like OG. Yes. This is what he wants for her. And he called Syaoran out saying, hey, it's like those whip scars were supposed to be hers.
Yeah, which you remembered forever, though, and I forgot about until this chapter, and it's like, oh, this is what you were talking about. But yeah, I think it's interesting to see him kind of meddle again, because I feel like we haven't seen that since the OG canon.
Yes.
And yeah, it's a really good chapter.
We are at the Kinoshi Hospital, and we had a funny signs of the times moment when Erica was completely clueless in front of a computer, and her style of typing was hunt and peck.
Oh gosh, that's oh man. So when I used to work in clinics, there was a couple of doctors that I literally could not stand to watch them type. It would drive me crazy. So finally I would just be like, can I just scribe for you? Can I please just type for you? There's only one doctor I ever worked with out of the dozens but he was also my age. But he was the only one, because he was faster, if not the same pace as me. So I allowed it. But bad typists drive me crazy.
We had the literal teenagers, Sakura, Miho, Ariel, and Aaron, working in the infant nursery, which is a real head-scratcher, because after I had my baby, I still felt clueless about what to do.
Yeah,
But good news for the future moms who are listening. Even if you are someone with zero experience, having your own baby will make you learn how to be the best mom you can super fast.
Yes. Yeah. You get a crash course and you have to learn fast.
Yeah, that learning curve, unreal. I know Melanie's crying baby audio is not encouraging, but coming from two moms, it's all worth it. Syaoran came, but that didn't help. Ultimately, it was Aaron who changed the baby and quelled the crying. Malin popped up in the nursery, showing off the fact that she no longer has a cast. She and Syaoran shared knowing looks, and I was wondering if you knew what that was referring to, specifically since his mom already knew that Syaoran wasn't returning. So, like, basically, like, what happened was that she came to the nursery and she's like, oh, I don't have a cast anymore. But then she and Syaoran were, like, exchanging looks.
Oh, it's because they're still like not 100% quite on speaking terms after her not telling him about the chosen one thing.
Okay.
So her going back home and being like, yeah, you know, I'm going to go talk to your mom. Yeah, so I think it just all has to do with that whole thing. It's just all the fallout. Also, I think a really funny scene in this part was Sakura going, "You don't want to have children?" to Syaoran, and then Syaoran's like, of course I want to have babies with you. Like, he doesn't say that, but he's like, I can't look bad in front of my girl. And then Miho going, "Can you guys please settle your marital problems later?" Oh my gosh, so funny.
That was funny. Like, yes, they're 15 years old, but so of course Syaoran was like really taken aback. But yeah, that was pretty funny. Melin went to show off to Kai, but ended up yelling at him for sleeping in the playroom instead of watching the children. While he did have a bargain in place where the kids would let him sleep for a story in return, Melin was pretty furious with him, but still invited him to her goodbye dinner. I'm like, yeah, I get where Malin's coming from. It's like, you are the adult. You are supposed to be watching these adults. You are the elder. You should be watching these children. They shouldn't be watching you nap, even though you know that, you know, you run a tight room and they will be good and quiet. Like, I get where Malin's coming from. Like, I get where Kai's coming from, too, but, like, he definitely was wrong to just be sleeping on the job, quite literally.
No. Yeah. Kids need to be supervised 24/7.
Yes.
Like, you can't even turn your back for a second.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm kind of on Malin's side, but I love Melin, but she is such a nag. Like, she's the type of personality that I just think, like, I could be friends with her, but I would not be able to be around her I would only be able to be around her for short periods at a time. I love her to death, but good God.
Syaoran and Melin have a conversation about he is turning his back on the clan, but she assures him that his duty is to stay in Japan. I was really impressed with your voice work in this scene, because you do such a good job at not only splitting female Melin and male Syaoran, but then at the same time, you make Melin very emotional, and then you make Syaoran strong enough for both of them.
Oh, thank you.
Like, this is all very noticeable.
Aww.
The next day, Ariel and Syaoran had cleanup duty, and Ariel wasted no time pushing Syaoran's buttons. I really like how in the same conversation, Ariel had Syaoran state that going back to Hong Kong would prevent his growth, and by staying in Japan, he would make it harder for Sakura to grow due to his dependence on Syaoran.
Yeah. I mean, he makes a very valid point, but yeah.
Now, way back in Arc 2, when Syaoran shielded Sakura with the whip with his own body, we did reference this moment, and when Ariel was going to throw that back, and when Ariel was going to throw this back to Syaoran's face. So still, Syaoran doesn't regret his actions, because he's Syaoran.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we get more foreshadowing of how if Sakura falls, if Sakura falls, she could fall harder than anyone else. And this makes Syaoran snap, and he attacked, but Ariel was ready. After commenting on how there really wasn't much space in the classroom, Syaoran set a date for the duel in 3 days from now after Melin leaves Hong Kong.
And the fandom collectively goes, finally!
We've been waiting for this!
My question is, though, why do you think he wanted to wait for Melin to leave? What do you think his reasonings behind that is?
Well, it's like, I guess he would imagine that she'd be in the same camp as Sakura, just like someone more that would want to stop him, someone more who'd want to interfere, somebody more to, like, you know, talk sense and like be the Daphne riding on the horse in the middle of the duel.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Melin would understand that it's a way of, like, to grow himself as a warrior. I feel like if out of anyone that would understand that, it would be her. But at the same time, I can sort of see that, you know, like we've talked about, she's a nag. So I could also see her trying to interfere as well. So yeah, I could see both sides of it. But I did think it was interesting on Wish Chan's part to make the decision to send Mei Lin home first, then do the duel. Because, you know, I feel like any type of like fanfic writer would want, like, you know, one of the main characters will call her to be present. So I did think that was a very interesting choice.
Well, I think the fact that you said that Malin is a nag and then she would try to like pester the boys to stop fighting, whereas you have a Tomoyo and like a Miho to a certain extent who's there for the show.
Yeah. Well, and then Wish Chan is probably like, I'm gonna have so many characters at this fight, like I don't need like one more to like keep track of and to make sure that I'm having Mei Lin doing commentary, so...
Yes. Mei Lin and Tomoyo run into Syaoran and Erica in the library, and they finally learn about the tutoring. See, guys, it wasn't that hard.
Communication.
Miho talks about her brother and says she did everything she could on her side, and now all she could do is wait. And that he would welcome her, then that she would welcome him in open arms. Oh, Miho. Malin and Sakura went to school after hours to pick up a book that Sakura forgot, and this plot device was so random.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot my book. I can't wait until tomorrow. I have to go tonight when the school is closed.
Yeah.
But this opens the door for them to discover Kai at the piano trying to practice, but he kept stumbling on mistakes. He made a funny comment about that was the level where he was when he left off, and he scurried away. So he's like starting to remember like his past self.
Yeah.
But like, you know, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, 100%.
Malin complains how Kai has all of the talents while she had none, but Sakura quickly proved her wrong by highlighting her strengths, and rightly so.
Yes, ma'am.
Malin stayed up and waited for Kai, only to lecture him again and berate herself for constantly working on him. It wasn't until Kai said, "Maybe you like me," and it hit me how that we have now arrived to that scene.
Yes, ma'am!
Before we get there, Malin rips Kai apart for keeping his identity from Miho, and then to all of our shock, he countered that he couldn't just return with open arms because of the choices he has made and the person who he's become, who is so different from who Miho remembered. That's when all of his insecurities came pouring out, and admitted that he might not be accepted if he told the truth. Malin tried to convince Kai that he was still Mike, but Kai didn't believe her. Malin suggested that he reverted to his old self, but Kai knew there was no going back. At this point, he pinned her to the wall and kissed her to basically shut her up. How do you want to unpack that?
Well, okay. First of all, let's go back just a little bit. This is the first time he's admitting who he is to Mei Lin.
Yes.
Because last chapter he was still like in deny mode. So let's put that out on the table first. He's finally admitting, and then he's also admitting all these like insecurities and deepest thoughts to her as well. I think that's amazing. I think that's really good.
Pause.
As far as the kiss, though, I don't know. Because a part of me, of course, is like, yay, they kissed. But, like, the context of it is not great. It's toxic. But I do appreciate that he does it, again, in a more tenderly way. So I have mixed feelings about it.
Of course, because, like, in a fanfic, there has to be drama. Not everything has to be, like, sugary, sweet, fantasy-esque. You could just, like, erase with a magic wand.
Yeah.
Like when Wish Chan gave us SNS's first kiss, it was in the sunrise, And Syaoran was being so suave, and it was such a sweet kiss, and yes, they never spoke about it again. But, so she can't do the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So, like, I understand the trajectory that she took. And Malin was really pushing his buttons. He was not in the mood. And as we will see, it's just like some pent-up feelings.
Yeah.
And he's a boy, and he doesn't know how, like...
And they're teenagers.
They're teenagers.
I need to keep reminding myself that.
Hormones running wild, and like Malin, it's... you should read the room, too. It's not the girl's fault, but Malin was being quite the know-it-all and saying it's like, well, you should do this and you should do that, and why are you doing this and why are you doing that, and and Kai has been very patient.
Yeah, he really has. Like I said, I would have zero patience for that type of like nagging constantly.
It's like we don't condone the no consent, but Kai has really been patient, and he snapped, and nobody is perfect. And the fact that he kisses her tenderly afterwards, that's like definitely his apology for what just happened.
Yes. So I like the fact that he apologizes. And of course I love the fact that they finally kissed. And I love the fact that he says he's wanted to do that for such a long time. Like, oh, that's such a sweet line. But yeah, but definitely mixed feelings for sure.
Mixed feelings for sure. Because at the end of the day, Kai and Malin are far from a fairy tale.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, like, and I feel like this type of kiss that they do have does fit their characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
so I have
the passion, the fire.
Yeah, so, and slightly toxic. I love them, but slightly toxic.
Slightly toxic, yes.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah. End of the day, yay, they kissed, yay.
But it was definitely under, like, stressed circumstances.
Yeah.
For sure, I think Ty's temper got the better of him. If he had a cool head, he wouldn't have gone that far. But he is at peak vulnerability talking about his past.
Yeah.
So this is the most stripped away he's ever been. And I can understand why he snapped.
Yeah.
Malin cried, and of course this helped him get his head back on straight. She said she was crying for Tanaka Miike, and not the fact that her first kiss was stolen, even though I think it was some of that too.
Yeah.
After she collected herself, she asked why he had such sad eyes. He didn't have an answer. She then asked why he kissed her, and he admitted that he wanted to kiss her for a long time. And he gave her the first kiss that everyone deserved.
Yes.
Yeah, it must have been hard for Wish-chan too, because it's like she would probably want to give every couple like a very romantic first kiss situation.
Yeah, with like bubbles and sparkles around them.
But like as an author, she needs to make decisions to make things interesting for the narrative.
Yeah.
Because if everything was the same and bland, then it wouldn't be as interesting to read.
Yeah.
The day of Malin's departure had arrived, and she found Kai in the graveyard after she said goodbye to everyone else. And we get the official naming of Kai's bird after all of this time.
Yeah!
Hi, Pero-chan!
Hi, Pero-chan!
Before she left, Kai couldn't hide the fact that he was suffering from an ailment. I'm going to guess that it's the same gunshot wound that he was supposed to have treated, but then it didn't get treated. Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah.
And then, spoiler, he does get treated at the end of the arc.
Yeah.
Yay.
I mean, he's slowly going into sepsis is what it is. And the only reason why he hasn't died from it is because he's magic.
Yeah.
Or has magic, I should say.
Yeah. Malin pushed and discovered that Kai was bleeding. He was tight-lipped. Syaoran invited Kai over under the guise of cooking too much, but opened up about challenging Ariel to a duel. He asked Kai to do him a favor and keep Sakura distracted. And Kai's like, oh, why should I do anything for you? And it's like, dude.
Excuse me?
Do you know what I did last summer in Tokyo for your locket?
Yeah. It's like, excuse me?
He's like, you owe me.
Yeah.
I am cashing in the favor.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the day of the duel, and Sakura has definitely noticed that Syaoran had been avoiding her for the last few days. She knew that Kai was keeping something from her, even though she couldn't figure it out. Erica came by and was leaning really hard into the I know something you don't know bit, with Kai struggling to keep Sakura from finding out the truth. Erica made a show of gaslighting Sakura into believing that her relationship with Syaoran was more than what it seemed. Erica insisted on bringing her to them when Kai begrudgingly told her about the Syaoran versus Ariel duel dispute, but leave it to Erica for exposing the battle for what it is. He's like was really trying to downplay it, but no, Erica had her agenda and she was pushing it hard.
Real quick before we get too much into the duel.
Yes.
Okay, so I understand why fanfiction wise, like I get it, but like I have a really hard time with Sakura in this chapter. Like, I understand not wanting to see your friends fight. I get it. But, like, to me, like, I'm curious to know what you think. Because to me, it's not like they're gonna kill each other. They're just having a fight just to, like, help each other, like, get better with magic and to grow themselves and, like, see where they are. Like, yeah, they're gonna get beaten up. But, again, it's not like they're fighting to die. So I don't see what the big deal is about this duel and why, like, she is so adamant on, like, they're friends. They shouldn't be fighting. I need to go stop them. It's like, I don't know. I have a really hard time with her in this chapter. What are your feelings about it?
Sakura is a pacifist through and through. It's like they already have enough on their plate fighting the Dark Ones. Yeah. The last thing they need to do is be infighting among themselves. Yeah. And it's like the way she sees it, they need to pour all of their energies in completing their goal. And the side quest like is this between two stupid boys. It's like a waste of everyone's time, and she doesn't want to see anybody get hurt.
Yeah. I don't get it, but I mean, again, fanfiction wise, I get it, but I have such a hard time with Sakura in this chapter.
They just know her to her core, and they know that, like, Sakura says it herself. She's like, if I knew about that, I would have stopped it. And everyone's like, exactly. Yeah. So it's like, Syaoran just thought it was easier to keep it from her rather than her guilt-tripping him into like, oh, you shouldn't, no, don't do it, because, like, you know, Syaoran's weak when it comes to Sakura.
Yeah, and she probably would have been a huge distraction for him if she had been there.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Okay, yeah, I can concede that, but I'm still like, girl, like, stop being annoying. No one get mad at me if I'm just like, ugh.
It's time for the duel, and all four guardians were there to witness the battle of the sun and moon. Syaoran chooses the sword as his weapon, and Yue states the winner is the last man standing. Ariel transforms his sun staff into a sword, catching everyone off guard. Meanwhile, Miho and Tomoyo were hiding in the bushes. Now, the way Melanie was narrating the duel blow by blow really made everything come to life. At the beginning of the fight, Ariel really seemed to have the upper hand. There were a few close calls on Syaoran's end, and he really had to figure out why Ariel had the upper hand. And it boils down to Ariel performing 8 cuts, and Syaoran has to figure out what attack is coming, which forces him on defense. Syaoran slips up and gets his first injury.
Yeah. So, a little bit of peek behind the scenes into this chapter. So, like, the full first part of this chapter I had recorded on, like, my Friday nights when my husband goes off to do his game thing, like normal. That was normal. But I stopped right before the duel because I knew I wanted to give my everything into this duel, and I knew I couldn't do it with my daughter sleeping in the next room. So I waited until there was a day at work when I wasn't super busy. I came home early that day where I knew I had a block of like 2.5 hours before I needed to go get my daughter, and I gave my all into this duel, this like whole last part of the chapter, and I'm pretty pleased with it. My ear-old voice kind of goes in and out a little bit.
We don't know this.
But I am very pleased with how it turned out.
Yay. We cut to Sakura, Erika, and Kai, where Sakura complained about nobody telling her because she would probably shut it down. She tries to go, but Erika commands her to stop. This is where we learn that Sakura was under the obedience. She released her staff. Erika tried to catch Kai as well, but he jumped out of the way. Erika honed in on Sakura as the victim. She relinquished her staff to Erika and it turned into a key. Erika turned Sakura against Kai, and he had no choice but to run for Syaoran. This is the obedience in action.
Mm-hmm.
We are back at the duel and still wondering why Ariel has the upper hand with his vanishing act. And even like as a reader, I'm just like, oh my god, what's going on?
I remember I kind of clued in on it. Like when I read it the first time, I was like, Syaoran, like think about who his mom is.
Yeah, I completely forgot. So at first, Syaoran realizes that he was using dust to cover him, and Ariel couldn't use that trick anymore. Yet, Ariel still managed to know Syaoran's moves before he was able to strike. It came to a point where they were both exhausted. Ariel was able to strike Syaoran again on his leg, and Miho pulls a Sakura and tries to stop it, even if her cries fall on deaf ears.
Mm-hmm.
Even Tomoyo realized it was time to get Sakura, and Miho took the responsibility on herself. Funny enough, Miho and Kai run into each other. It's like bump. It's like, oh. Run into each other and exchange intel on how Sakura needs to save Syaoran and Syaoran needs to save Sakura.
Mm-hmm. I like the visual of him going, hold it, like pulling her.
Pulling the collar.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Before splitting up, Miho asked Kai how he knew about the Dark Ones, and he evaded the questions. And this was the moment that I messaged Melanie, and I'm like, does Miho know that he's the Kaiju magician?
Yeah, and no, I don't think she finds out until, I can't remember exactly when, but it's a while. It might even be Arc 4 is when she finally finds out. Because I think she finds out he's her brother first, if I remember correctly. Because then she's like, I don't know. I might be getting the events mixed up, but like, because I know there's a scene in Arc 4 where she's obsessed with finding out who the Kaido magician is.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like kind of like an awkward, funny thing. So no, I don't think, she definitely doesn't know who he is at this moment.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't know who he is, and she doesn't know who he is.
Yeah, on both counts.
We are at the battle, and things do not look good for Syaoran, with Ariel getting in even more blows. Kai was only able to break Syaoran's focus when he said that Sakura was in danger. He was ready to leave when Ariel was taunting him that leaving would admit defeat. Ariel introduces magic as a wind blast into the battle, but Yui calls it legit.
Oh my gosh, Wish-chan. All the different sword techniques stuff. Like, now we're doing the Kinjitsu Rutada. Now we're doing the do-do-do. Like, oh my gosh. I was struggle bussing. Finally, after like the 4th or 5th one, like, I finally just had Kuro-chan just say like, and you know it's that sword thing. Because I was just over it, and I think you guys will be able to tell in the audiobook like where it is, but I was just like, I am just, Wish-chan, I love you to death, I'm sorry, but I am done. Well, whatever it is, I think is what I had Kuro-chan say.
I was listening to it, and it's like I was on bated breath, and I'm like, wow, Melanie's doing such a good job pronouncing all of these hard words.
And y'all, if you speak Japanese, and if I pronounced it so incorrectly, I am so sorry. But I was just like, you know what? I am struggling. I am trying my very best. But yeah, I think it was when you hear Kiro-chan go, and whatever that is, it was because I was just over it.
No, you did a really good job with Japanese. I thought you were very in step with the chapter.
Oh, thanks.
Syaoran came to the realization that the reincarnation of Chloe Reed, Ariel inherited Shulin's knowledge as well, which was exactly Syaoran's style. And that's how Ariel knew about Syaoran's move before he executed them. Syaoran decided to completely change up his style, and that was the game changer.
Yes.
Ugh, so sad it took that long. Back with Erika and Sakura, Erika threw away her key, and Sakura couldn't do anything about it. Erika asked for the cards, and I really like the way you used a whispering voice to represent the obedience.
Thank you. I was pretty pleased with that.
Yeah.
Also, I meant to say this earlier, this whole obedience stuff reminds me of Ella Enchanted.
Yes. Yes. Even though Sakura didn't give the cards away, she did dump them in the water under Erika's command. Miho came and gave her the news about Syaoran. Aaron came to the scene and he was like really surprised. He didn't really have much of a presence there.
He really didn't.
He didn't really do much. He was like, huh? There was a real tug of war. Sometimes Sakura got control and brought the cards back, but then Erika got control again. So, like, Miho's like, ooh, like, I gotta leave.
Yeah.
We are back at the battle, and Yue shared the fact that knowing Shulin's technique gave Ariel a cheat sheet of all of Syaoran's moves, which is so unfair.
That's been, like, Ariel's whole thing this chapter. Is so unfair. Like, he has all the knowledge.
Exactly. Ariel broke up the ground, and even when Syaoran conjured the thunderbolts, Ariel was still able to turn them away.
So cool.
Ariel made a fatal flaw by telling Syaoran that Sakura had to deal with the obedience alone. He realized Ariel made Sakura vulnerable, and he knew he had to do quick work. He called out for the spiritual dragon typhoon. This ended the battle with the force knocking Ariel down to the ground, a sword out of his hand. Syaoran was the winner.
I think Ariel did it on purpose.
Oh?
I really think he did. Like, I think he knew by goading him about Sakura, that would push him to be able to win. Do I think he let Syaoran win? No. Okay. I don't think so. But I think in his mentor type head, he was like, I need to do everything I can to piss this guy off in order for him to show up his very, very best. Because I think, let's face it, like, Ariel knows he's been practicing this dragon technique. Ariel knows everything.
Yes.
And finally, I think Ariel felt like he had, like, poked and prodded him enough, but he still wasn't giving him 100%. And so finally he's like, I got to play the trump card of Sakura, and that's how this kid is going to show up 100%. The way I want him to. The way I know that he can, because I want to see him do his very best in this battle. So no, I don't think Ariel let him win, but I do think he knew what he was doing by goading him.
Ha! That's a really interesting perspective. I appreciate that. This ends the battle with the force knocking Ariel down to the ground and the sword out of his hand. Syaoran is the winner. Miho went to Ariel, and even he knew that he made a big mistake to change the tides. Mm-hmm. But still, mistake, maybe not. I really like Melanie's theory. Without wasting time, Syaoran went running to Sakura. We got a lot of sweet Ariel and Miho scenes that definitely impact Kai.
Yes.
Yes. Surprisingly enough, Tomoyo was also drawn back by seeing Ariel and Miho together because she realized that she doesn't have anything to contribute to Ariel's world. And Melanie sheds a tear.
Yeah. Because I think, we all would want Tomoyo to run to him too, but, she saw that he has that, like, very special relationship with Miho, and she knows it's not romantic, but and I think this is just the first chipping block of we'll see this when Kaho comes back in the future here pretty soon, but where I think Tomeo just feels insecure and that she doesn't have a place in his world of like all these women. all these Mizuki women he has around him.
Yeah. We are in Hong Kong, and despite all of the Lee clan drama, Mei-lin can't stop thinking about Kai. We flash back to the previous day. Mei-lin is stunned when she gets a full-fledged apology from Kai.
As she should.
Mei-lin then dishes out the hard truth that he should return, but Kai said it wasn't that simple because he was working on a goal for Miho before his time ran out. She was confused, and Kai explained that he left the hospital before they can operate, and that he had been walking around with a bullet in his chest all this time. Stupid boy.
Mm-hmm.
Because the hospitals had blood records, Kai couldn't have the operation without being arrested on site, and even if he did get the surgery, the recovery time would get him in the way of his work. Kai gave Mei-lin back her bracelet that she lost, and Mei-lin caught her plane. That flashback was followed up with an even older one when she remembered when he came to her when he first got shot. She remembered how he said that they were alike because they were single-minded and focused on a goal.
I also like that she mentions that the bracelet is platinum.
Yes.
Because that'll come back into play later.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Mm-hmm. I thought it was a bit odd that, like, oh, that's a bit random. Mm-hmm. But that's pretty cool. I'm glad it does. The chapter ends with Syaoran running to Sakura. Dark Forces Corner. We get an introduction to the obedience when Erica thought that she could use it on Syaoran, but through a hug he attached the dark force to her. We get another mention of the Phantom in the conversation of the forces that don't work against Lee Syaoran. Mm-hmm. Ariel brings up the whip to Syaoran. The obedience makes a comeback when Erica uses it on Sakura, and then for some reason the riddle decides to join the party to Sakura's annoyance. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Like, Riddle, what are you doing?
I think it's just Wish-chan just reminding us that he is still not caught. Yeah.
So I thought that was super random, but definitely worth mentioning. Fan art spotlight. So I went to DeviantArt, my New Trials favorite, where I keep my New Trials picture books. I'm looking at my Chapter 48 drawing, like all the images, all the fan art, and I'm like, something's not right. Something is missing. So I go to my New Trials fan directory. I look at the artists, New Trials fan project site. I go in artist directory. I pull up my list of artists, and I remember that the artist that I'm looking for is Dream Follower. It's like, okay, I'm just going to click on her profile and get the fan that I'm looking for. Her profile was deactivated, and I'm like, I can't just stop here. And I go in the Facebook New Trials fan page. I go into the media, the images, and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling. I don't remember her Facebook name, but I definitely remember her style. Then I get to a picture that she drew of Syaoran in his traditional clothing for the New Trials fashion show. I clicked on her name and I got the fan art that I have been thinking about, Chapter 48, Kai and Mei-lin's kiss. You are welcome.
Everyone, thank Preya and her amazingly good memory. Like, she even remembered the author's name after all that time. Like, pulled it out of the recesses of her brain. So amazing.
Yes. So I sent her a message saying, hey, like, can we put your fan art back on the site? I don't know if I'm going to hear from her because her last activity was in like 2024. That was 2 years ago. But luckily her work lives on Facebook, and I'm going to throw up her amazing fan art of Kai and Mei-lin, and it's dark and it's moody and it's got like Kai's predatory nature, and it's got Mei-lin's defiance. Oh yes. She understood the assignments.
So good. Come back, one of us.
Her name is Sarah too, so we're just like in a mission of collecting Sarahs.
Yeah, just pleading them to come back.
Now it's time for the author's notes.
Okay, we have Wish-chan. Is this another horribly long chapter? No wonder it took me so long to write. Sorry for the long wait. It's been almost a year since the last real chapter, nay. But the plot will pick up and perhaps get darker in the latter of the third arc. Lots of dialogue in the beginning, and then sudden action in this chapter. Believe it or not, this chapter was supposed to be even longer, but I had to cut it off at a certain point with a cliffhanger. Hee hee. I don't like cliffhangers either. I'll speedily write the next chapter. Sigh. We all know that Wish-chan's sense of time is different from the regular world. Take whatever date I state and multiply that by 4. We know, girl. Finally, the long-awaited battle between Yril and Syaoran. I still think Yril is the strongest, but certain circumstances call for certain measures. And this time, Syaoran had the stronger incentive to win. Well, I thought it was high time that Syaoran came up with new battle attacks. Hee hee. For the sword fighting scene, I realized I needed more knowledge. I looked upon Rurouni Kenshin for some inspiration and researched a bit more so I had a better idea of what I was dealing with. I thought of giving Yril a rapier, but making him fence Western style, but I thought he'd look cooler with a katana, dressed up traditional Japanese style. A hakama, by the way, is that Japanese trouser-looking thing. Can't quite explain it. If you watch Japanese anime, i.e. Ryoni or Inuyasha or something, you know what I mean. Yeah, I think that's kind of interesting because I think fencing wouldn't quite be as cool. So yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. The obedience, now that I think of it, reminds me of the curse in Harry Potter. Forgot what it's called, actually. Oh, she's talking about...
one of the unforgettable curses.
Yeah.
It's not Kushino's Java. It's the girl.
Oh my god.
Girl, this is your moment.
Hold on. Okay, to fess up, I totally just looked it up. Imperio. Dang it, Imperio. But hey, we went almost like a couple chapters without one Harry Potter reference. So, anyway. Actually, I was going to have it be called The Control. I think I got obedience from Ella Enchanted.
Yay!
Which I read a long time ago in grade school. Wish I could have seen the movie. You didn't miss out, Wish. Wish Harry Potter was out where I live. Interesting. Yay, I'm glad I had no idea she mentioned Ella Enchanted later. By the way, I love that book. The book is amazing. I cannot recommend it enough. The movie, terrible. Don't recommend. Once more, I send my deepest thanks to everybody over the past year for their support of New Trials, even through the author's struggles in her first year of college. Thanks to everyone for joining the Yahoo New Trials group, and thanks especially to Kiari Blossom and dear Amethyst Beloved for becoming the new moderator, as well as still posting up my fic at fanfiction.net. Divya said I should put up a disclaimer. I do that once in a while. Thank you to everybody who posted messages, even once in the Yahoo group, who's written reviews at fanfiction.net and my guest book, and has written me in-person emails. I haven't checked anything for around 2 weeks because I've been writing in seclusion. I'm surprised I don't get flamed. Then please check out her website, DDDDD. That's it.
Oh my gosh, these are such signs of times because, like, OG fanfiction days, all of the authors will put disclaimers saying, I do not own the characters, because it had that one author who, like, just attacked every single fanfic writer of her, like, I don't know if it's Anne Rice, but...
Oh, the vampire one?
Yes. Yes. She went after all the fanfic authors for their fanfiction, and ever since then it was like a huge trend of disclaimer, I don't own these characters.
Oh, I thought that's just what you had to do. I didn't realize it was because of that.
I think it's because, I don't know the lore 100%, but I do know that back in the old days, everybody had a disclaimer up, and everybody was just doing what everybody was doing. but I think there was one like a legit author who couldn't stand fan fiction, and she was like going after everybody.
Who knew?
Yeah, lore. You have been listening to New Trials the podcast, where it must rain for there to be a rainbow.
You've been listening to New Trials the podcast. Please be sure to check out the audiobook version of this fan fiction that you can find anywhere that you can find this podcast. Also, please be sure to check out the Facebook fan page for New Trials, where a big part of the discussions happen nowadays. And stick around next time for when we discuss Chapter 49, Venomous Minds.